And then, now, are you comfortable online? When you live here? Huh? Huh? So, smartphones. Yeah. Huh? In fact, I don't to government. I have to come back to this already. I went for Christmas. Huh? And I was told you're alone.
I come from there.
Oh, you come from government. Okay. Yes. So now, when are you? Tell me your program. When is the exam? When are you sitting for the exams?
January.
January.
January this year.
Yeah.
Next year.
Oh, next year.
Yes.
Huh? Next year.
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes.
Huh?
We were supposed to have started this session on that
Oh.
as requested. And it was supposed to end on 7th of January. So when we realized that we were late a week, we had to extend.
So how many units are you doing now?
10.
10 units.
Oh, 10.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think we'll do it in January. The COD was telling me probably April. Because there's another session you will come in April.
We have other units for April.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because I wanted to meet you maybe twice next week. Huh? Maybe twice. And then the rest, you can, if you are doing it in January, then we have to learn online. So I have in my smartphone, I think I have something like a Google class. So I do it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that at least it's not restricted. So long as you have bundles, you can just learn. Like a Google class. It's just the same as when I'm here now. Sasa mimi sasa ni kununua sasa bundles. Kununua bundles.
Or you will be connecting.
Yeah, you'll be connecting. I can even be seeing you if I opt to go video. Sijui kama umetumia siku ingine. Inaitwa Google Class. So you need to download the app. Inaitwa nini? Google something. Meetings. Ni Google Meet. Yeah. So it is easy so that we come. So that if we are doing, then if you want it to be done in January, then we can even go on Christmas time.
And you know that even
Yeah, we like for Google Meet. So
yeah, we can join. Send the link to our group and then we join.
so now I join meeting. So I will create the meeting, new meeting, and then I send the link. Huh?
And you know that one is even
Even at night. Inaitwa Google Meet. It's very easy. It's just like when I'm here, you can write. Huh? Umeelewa? It's
Yes.
very easy. I think I used to that group, the nurses. Yeah, they just stay in town. Huh? We can even have it at night to send 1 hour. Another day, 1 hour. So it becomes faster. So what's up?
Yes.
Yes. So next week, now January. So you requested to be done in January. I'm with the April.
Before we close, we are supposed to organize for that session, which will start on 4th or 5th.
Yeah, you
To
better
19.
organize with who is your coordinator?
Dr. Han Harma.
Yes, you better organize and you say around so that sisi lecturers tuambiwe how fast we can move in a course. Tusipate tu kwa kabla that they are supposed to sit for the exam and probably we are imagining it might be like, umeelewa? So you need to agree with your coordinator, the coordinator passes to the department, whatever, they will tell us now that the exam will be this time so that we catch the time. Is that okay? Yes, so now, so I just want to take you through the course. Okay, so right, development of teaching methods. Development of teaching methods. Development. So the course is what? General
methods and principles
of teaching. It's
0222.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So right, development of teaching methods. And write that most of the modern philosophers of education, most of the modern philosophers of education didn't develop any specific teaching method, didn't develop any specific teaching method. However, they put in place basic ideas. However, they put in place basic ideas from which modern views of teaching methods are emerged. However, they put in place basic ideas from which modern views of teaching methods have emerged. We will discuss the contribution. We will discuss the contribution, right after. We will discuss the contribution by some of the modern philosophers of education. And the development of with the development of teaching methods. For example, we have John. So I want us to look at people who developed teaching methods long time ago. Or whatever we are now using, whatever we are discussing, whatever teaching methods are there, they were developed by some philosophers. So one of the philosophers is by the name John Amos Comenius. John Amos Comenius. John Amos Comenius. So what did he say about teaching? He was keen in the development of teaching methods. He was keen on the development of teaching methods. His interest was basically in natural methods of teaching. For example, he advocated for the following. For example, he advocated for the following. One, whatever is taught. So he said that whatever is taught should be practical, of practical value. Whatever is taught should be of practical value to the learner's everyday experience. To the learner's everyday experience. That is one. Two, we said that teaching should be done in a systematic way. We said that teaching should be done in a systematic way from known to unknown. From known to unknown. From general to specific. And from concrete to abstract. Concrete to abstract. From concrete to abstract. From general to specific. From concrete to abstract. And then three, learner's experience. Learner's experience should be used as a way of motivating them to learn. Learner's experience should be used as a way of motivating them to learn. Motivating them to learn. Another one, four, the learners should learn by doing. The learners should learn by doing. The learners should learn by doing. This implies that learners must be involved practically. Learners should be involved practically. Five, corporal punishment should not be used as a way of encouraging learners to learn. Corporal punishment, you remember the caning. It should not be used as a way of encouraging learners to learn. Let's go to another educator who developed teaching methods. It's called Jean Chinese. Jean Chinese Russo. What is this one? Talk about teaching methods. He emphasized the use of learner interest as a way of teaching. So that's where we are now at CBC. So learners emphasized on the learner's interest as a way of teaching. So he advocated for the following. One, he emphasized on child-centered methods. He emphasized on child-centered methods. which should be considered in teaching. Child-centered methods, which should be considered in teaching. Number two, it says that education should be based upon. It says that education should be based upon child's nature, his needs and interests. His needs and interests. So you consider the child's needs and interests. And then we see number three, it says that education should be based on the child's natural stages of development and growth. Education should be based on the child's natural stages of development and growth. Number four, we say that children learn better through physical activity. Children learn better through physical activity and perception of nature. Hence, the child should be educated through his own exploration of the environment. Hence, the child should be educated through his own exploration of the environment. Another educator is Johann Heinrich. Heinrich Pestalozzi. Pestalozzi emphasized that while the child is exploring the environment, there must be teacher control. Exercised with care and understanding. To enable the child learn. He advocated for the following. One, in teaching, the key principle is for the teacher to proceed. In teaching, the key principle is for the teacher to proceed from concrete to abstract. From concrete to abstract, and from particular to general, and from particular to general, from particular to general. I say the first one, concrete to abstract, and then from particular to general. That is one. Number two is
from general to particular. Now it is reversible.
yes, according to Pestalozzi. You know, these are different educators. They are talking about different things. So, according to Pestalozzi, he talked about something particular and then to general. The other one was from general to specific. Yes, to specific. Yes, so everyone has a view of teaching. So according to Pestalozzi, you know, these are the formulas of teaching. So we capitalized on them, we customized on them. So currently we acknowledge what they did. So I said from particular to general. So that's one. Number two, it said that learning should begin with the observation of the object or specimen. Learning should begin with observation of the object or specimen, observation of the object or specimen, or by carrying out an experiment, or by carrying out an experiment. This implies the teacher should move from, the teacher should move from observation to reasoning. Should move from observation to reasoning. Three, the teacher's role is to train the learners. According to Pestalozzi said, the teacher's role is to train the learners in the habit of accurate observation. In the habit of accurate observation, and not in memorizing facts. And not in memorizing facts. That's according to Pestalozzi. Four, learner's activity should be the vital method of learning. Learner's activity should be a vital method of learning. Should be vital. Which implies that it is good to put learners in a situation where they are active. It is good to put learners in a situation where they are active. Another educator is Joanne. Joanne is just the same spelling, but this one is Friedrich. Joanne Friedrich, Friedrich Herbert. The same spelling of Joanne, Mr. Lucia. Joanne Friedrich Herbert. I'm right that Herbert insisted that insisted that if teaching were to be orderly and systematic, it must have a plan. It must have a plan. I said, insisted that if teaching were to be orderly and systematic, it had or it must have a plan. It must have a plan. He applied the science of psychology. He applied the science of psychology to educational instruction. He applied the science of psychology to educational instruction. Harvard developed an orderly and systematic structure of a lesson. Harvard developed an orderly and systematic way to structure a lesson. He came up with 5 formal steps. So I'll probably show you later how this one resulted to the lesson plan, how a lesson plan is made. But he came up with 5. But currently we are using 3 steps. There is an introduction, there is lesson development, and then conclusion. The current ones are 3. But Harvard came up with 5. So can we look at that 5? So preparation. The first one is preparation. So I've said Harvard came up with 5 common steps of a lesson. So we have preparation. So this is the process of preparing the learner's mind for the lesson. This is the process of preparing the learner's mind for the lesson. It is therefore referred to as set in action. It is therefore referred to as set in action. And then the second step is presentation. So set in action is the same as when you are introducing a lesson. And then presentation, that's the second step. This is the stage in which the teacher sets forth the new material to be studied. This is the stage in which the teacher sets forth the new material to be studied. And then the third one is association. This is the linking of the new facts with the old knowledge. When preparing the lesson. When preparing the lesson, the teacher must try to relate new facts. With learners' previously learned experiences. With learners' previously learned experiences. And then another step is what is known as recapitulation. 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 So what does that mean? Recapitulation. Recapitulation. This is the act of summarizing the main points of the lesson. This is the act of summarizing the main points of the lesson. And then we have application. And then we have application. This refers to the act of applying or making use. This refers to the act of applying or making use of the material taught. This refers to the act of applying or making use of the material taught. We can write this that Harvard provides a framework. Harvard provides a framework within which lessons can be planned. Within which lessons can be planned. This therefore led to the development. This therefore led to the development of the conventional way of structuring lessons. Conventional way of structuring lessons. So we can say the Egerton method. So Egerton method, and then currently we can say the conventional way. Now, the first one was what? Still remember?
Preparation.
What was the first one? I know these two are the first step was what? What was the first step?
Preparation.
Huh?
Preparation.
Yes, so the first step, according to Harvard, is preparation. And then followed by?
Presentation.
Yes, presentation. And then
Association.
the third one is?
Association.
Yeah, association. So that's how we teach it. But I want to show you the conventional way. So, preparation, the convention, the current one is like when you are introducing the lesson. So this is introduction, when you are making the introduction, the first one. And then these two in a lesson plan is, so the conventional one is lesson development. So the conventional are three steps. There are 3 steps, and then these two currently is equivalent to lesson conclusion. So when we are teaching, we have 3 steps, but you know, Egerton method, it had 5 steps. So if we are using the Egerton method, that means preparation is alone when you're introducing the lesson. And then presentation and association is the same as lesson development currently. And then those last two, when you are concluding the lesson and then applying, it is like when you are concluding the lesson. So that's how we have that. Lay the foundation for how teaching is supposed to be done. Yes, so I think those formed the foundation of teaching. Now, write this subheading: traditional methods of teaching. Let's see how teaching was done in a traditional way. So that we appreciate where we came from. We appreciate where we came from, and we see how everything has changed. So traditional methods of teaching. Let's see what used to take place, how it used to be. Write that the earliest teaching methods were developed by Greeks and Romans. Greeks and Romans. It consisted of the following. One, telling, put stop. Telling, put stop, showing. Telling or showing. So what does telling mean? Write that telling refers to the use of verbal instruction. Verbal instruction. So, as a teacher, you are the gospel truth. Verbal instruction, whereas showing refers to the use of non-verbal experience. Showing refers to the use of non-verbal experience. Showing include displaying an object to the learners. Displaying an object to the learners so that they learn its characteristics. From these methods, the following, from telling and showing, the following instructional methods have evolved. From telling or showing methods, the following instructional methods have evolved. So we have presentation of films and slides. Presentation of films and slides. We have teacher demonstrations. And then we have lecturing. We have visits. We have visits so that the learners will go and observe. We also have field trips. So those are the methods that we have also from that telling and also showing. We have visits and field trips. Lecturing, and then we have teacher demonstrations and all that. Now, another method, traditional method was exercise stroke imitation. Yeah, that's number 2, exercise stroke imitation. Exercise stroke imitation. Exercise stroke imitation. Now, this method calls for more learners' involvement. in the learning process, calls for more learner involvement in the learning process. The learner should be active to learn. The learner must be or should be active to learn. Modern instructional activities which have evolved. Modern instructional activities which have evolved from these include supervised practice. Supervised practice. We have problem solving. Problem solving. We also have practical ones, like experiments. Practical ones like experiments. Yes, so that's number 2. Number 3, we have discovery or restructure method. Discovery is also a traditional one. Discovery stroke restructure method. And write that this method emphasizes also on learner activity. Learner's activity because from the learner's point of view, new knowledge is discovered or restructured. New knowledge is discovered or restructured out of what the learner had learned previously. Out of what the learner had learned previously. Therefore, learning can be defined either as reconstruction. Learning can be defined either as reconstruction or construction. Because new structures can be discovered. Because new structures can be discovered. This method of teaching gave rise to inquiry method. And also project method. Yes, so those are 3 traditional methods of teaching. So those are 3. Now write this title again. Foundation of teaching methods. Foundation of teaching method. And I want you to begin by asking this question. Is teaching an art or a science? Is teaching an art or science? Art, like that. Or science. Let's see whether teaching is either an art or science. Write that teaching is an art as well as a science. It is an art because it involves. It is an art because it involves the exercise of human skill, imagination, and tact. Tact. Imagination and tact. All this is necessary in motivating the learners. All this is necessary in motivating the learners. All this is necessary in motivating the learners. So as to enable them learn. So as to enable them learn. Teaching, on the other hand, science. Teaching is a science. As far as methodology and techniques are concerned. As far as methodology and techniques are concerned. Because it entails order and organization. Because it entails order and organization. And then paragraph, just paragraph. The original approach to teaching was that any person who could talk and add some knowledge about something to teach. Teaching was viewed as the act of imparting knowledge to learners. Teaching was viewed as the act of imparting knowledge to learners. And the learners didn't need to be active in the process. And the learners didn't need to be active in the process of acquiring this knowledge. And the learners didn't need to be active in the process of acquiring knowledge. Didn't need to be active in the process of acquiring knowledge. Therefore, learners were passive. John and Locke is a person known as John Locke. Perfected this by saying that the mind of a learner, the mind of a learner was like an empty slate. The mind of a learner is like an empty slate. An empty slate. And the role of the teacher was to write on that slate, to write the reports, and the role of the teacher was to write on that slate, to write a report, was to write a report, to write on that slate what the learner was expected to know. He also explained that the mind of the learner was like an empty tank. It was also like an empty tank. And the role of the teacher was to fill the tank with the necessary material. The teacher was to fill the tank with the necessary material. Now, I just put a question. Critique John Locke's theory. Just write a question. Critique John Locke's theory of the empty slate. So that you ask yourself, is it true the mind of a learner is empty? Is it true? Does it mean they know nothing? Huh? Now, the other educators talked of take from known to unknown. So you can prove Locke wrong because you use what the learners know to what they need to. So you can critique. Is it really empty? Completely empty? Because he's saying the mind of a child is just like a empty tank made with water. So the water here is like material. But is it empty? Because the other educators talk about what? Teach from abstract to, is it concrete? General to particular or particular to general. So that means it is not very empty. So you can now critique that.
Can you do it by writing?
Yes?
And verbally or verbally?
Pardon?
How can you critique it?
To critique, do you agree that the mind's child is empty? That's how to critique.
The question is okay.
Yes.
But can we do it by writing or just by thinking?
By? No, you must write. You can just write. Okay, I was giving you that because you know that when you are reading, you think about it. Do you agree? Is that okay? Just think about it. Supposing I give you an exam. So supposing I give you an exam, what would you write? So I can ask, do you agree with John Locke's theory of the mind of a child is empty? Do you agree with it? So you can give reasons, whether you are objecting, whether you agree with John Locke. Is that okay? Yes. Now, write this. Basic qualities which a teacher should possess in order to teach. Basic qualities which a teacher should possess in order to teach in a way that enables the learners to learn. So basic qualities. I want to give you two qualities. So one is efficiency. A teacher has to be efficient. So what does efficiency mean? Teacher efficiency refers to the teacher's input. Teacher's input. Input and includes components such as preparation. That is one, teacher preparation. Two, organization of learning resources. Three, organization of the learners for purposes of learning. Organization of learners for purposes of learning. Four, organization of learning activities. Another one, teaching methodology. I said organization of the learning activities. Another one is teaching methodology. And then classroom management. Classroom management. For a teacher to manage his or her class efficiently, for a teacher to manage his or her class efficiently, one needs to be, so to be an efficient teacher, you must be one, qualified. You must be qualified. What does that mean? Know what to teach and how to teach. Know what to teach and how to teach. That is methodology. So for a teacher to be efficient, you have to be qualified. So you're supposed to know what to teach and how to teach. And then two, you have to be systematic in terms of planning and presentation of your work. Systematic in terms of planning and presentation of the work. Another one, you also have to be enthusiastic. You have to be enthusiastic. That is, develop some interest in what you are doing. You have to develop some interest in what you are doing. Enthusiasm. So you have to have interest. As a teacher, you must have interest. And then number two, that is efficiency. Number two is effectiveness. Another basic thing of being a teacher. The first one was efficiency, and then the next one is effectiveness. And right, teacher effectiveness refers to the teacher's input. Teacher's input as reflected in the learner's achievement. Teacher's input as reflected in the learner's achievement of the desired learning outcomes. Learner's achievement of the desired learning outcomes. Yes, so it is a measure of the level. It's a measure also of the level to which learners attain. Measure of the level to which learners attain the expected learning outcomes. Attain the expected learning outcomes. So sometimes we can say the teacher is not effective, is not efficient. That kind of things. Yes. Maybe next week, yeah, we will meet on Monday, yeah? And I will tackle this topic that day, concept of teaching and learning. Concept of teaching and learning. Concept of teaching and learning. Yes, so I think that's 1 hour and so for next week, yeah? Concept of teaching and learning. So I want to meet you on Monday. I hope you'll be free. What time? Can we meet at around noon? Kama saa tano. Can we check? Can I meet you at 11? Because I think I'll be at 11. Can I meet you 11 or 10?
Can you make in the morning
What time?
8 to 10?
No.
So let it be from 10:30
Yeah,
to noon.
it's okay. Yeah. So 10:30.
To noon.
And please remind me, have a look at that. Just call me. I think I will arrive by around 9:30. So I'll be in the office.
Yes.
Is that okay? So 10:30 on Monday. And then I want to meet you twice next week. And then Tuesday. Similar time?
It's okay. Tuesday.
Similar time. And then now the rest will be who will meet?
Job Monday.
Is that okay?
Tuesday afternoon
What time? Some
from 2
It's okay.
to 4.
So I want to meet you Monday, Tuesday, the rest who will meet. Is that okay? Yes. And Tuesday, now that I will not, I want to take you through schemes of work on Tuesday and lesson plan. The ones that I know, so that the other ones will be discussing just main points. Because this one, we need to know a lesson plan scheme of work. Is that okay?
The current one or the previous?
No.
ERCPC.
Your diploma, which one?
Primary option.
Oh, primary option.
Tunafanya
No.
ERCPC
So
mrefu.
your